President Biden is downplaying last week's fist bump with Saudi Arabia's crown prince. Many who are seeking justice for the murder of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi criticized the fist bump. President Biden says Khashoggi was the first topic discussed between the two world leaders, and he added that he holds the crown prince personally responsible. But a top Saudi official says he did not hear the president place blame directly on the crown prince. For more, let's bring in Associated Press White House reporter Chris Megerian. Chris, thank you for being here. Before we get into all the ins and outs of the fist bump, let's talk about what the fist bump was in service of, the relationship between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia. Why does it matter? What condition is it in?
Sure. So this relationship is nearly a century old, and it's one of the most important foreign policy relationships that the United States has. For the United States, it gets, a close partner on security issues in the Middle East. It also gets oil from Saudi Arabia. It's a huge oil exporter, and it's really interested in Saudi Arabia and other members of OPEC Plus pumping more oil to address higher gas prices. For the Saudis, they're looking for economic relationship, military hardware, security assurances. So both countries have an incentive to work together.
We have a major incentive with gas prices where they are. Did the president get any assurances? Because we're hearing two sides of the story, depending on whether you're talking to people from the White House or people from, the Saudi administration, the Saudi regime. Did the president make any progress on getting them to pump more oil to try to push down prices here?
So the bottom line is we don't really know. The president hinted that he expects there to be relief. But because production is governed under the OPEC Plus deal, and that does not expire for another month or so, it's really unclear what exactly is going to happen at that point. So the Saudis did not make a public commitment to pumping more oil. The president seems optimistic that there will be more oil pumped. And then there's questions about how much more oil could they even pump if they wanted to. There's only so much capacity in their production facilities. So these are all kind of questions that kind of make you wonder exactly what the United States has got out of the trip.
So how, Chris, if you know if this is even knowable, how much of that meeting was focused on Jamal Khashoggi and how much wasn't? I mean, was it really the first topic to be brought up, as the administration alleges, or was it not brought up too highly and the blame was not placed on the crown prince, as we heard from the Saudi side?
So the truth is, it's impossible to know. The reporters were not allowed into the meeting for more than another minute or two. And a lot of things were really locked down during this trip. There was not a lot of transparency surrounding the interaction between the president and the crown prince. So we do know the president said he brought it up at the very beginning of the meeting. However, our understanding is that, the meeting covered a lot of ground. They were together. The president was at the palace for nearly 3 hours. The sense is that they covered a lot of ground, more than just the murder of Jamal Khashoggi.
It'd be a hard thing to open the conversation with. Imagine walking into somebody's house, they're playing host, and you accuse them of murder, according to our intelligence apparatus, and then you go on and talk for 2 hours and 45 minutes. It might be tough to make that turn.
Apparently, it was the word that was used to describe it was frosty by a U.S. official. They said that it lightened up eventually, but that's a tough place to start.
Yeah, sure is.
All right, Chris Megerian, thanks so much.